Chapter 2. The Library Below. That afternoon, Clara searched Bellmere's tiny public library. Most books about the lake were old enough to crumble at the edges. One described a flood long ago that destroyed a nearby village. Another mentioned strange disappearances during severe winters. But one sentence made Clara stop turning pages. The stories were buried with the water. What does that even mean? She muttered. No explanation followed. 3 nights later, Clara returned to the lake carrying a flashlight, rope, and her father's old ice chisel. Snow drifted across the frozen surface beneath a bright silver moon. The blue glow waited beneath the ice again, brighter this time, like it knew she had returned. Clara chipped carefully at the frozen surface. Clang, clang, clang. Finally, a small hole cracked open. Warm air drifted upward. Warm? From beneath a frozen lake? That's impossible, Clara whispered. She shined her flashlight downward. Stone stairs disappeared into glowing darkness below. The stairs should have been underwater, but they were dry. The lake curved strangely around them, held back by invisible walls. Clara tightened her grip on the flashlight. Then she climbed down. Each step echoed softly. Above her, water stretched overhead like glass. Fish drifted silently beyond it. The deeper she went, the warmer the air became. At the bottom of the staircase stood enormous wooden doors. One slowly creaked open on its own. Clara hesitated. Then curiosity won. It usually did. The smell hit her first. Old paper, damp stone, rain-soaked dust. Blue lanterns glowed along endless shelves filled with books. The smell hit her first. Old paper, damp stone, rain-soaked dust. Blue lanterns glowed along endless shelves filled with books. Some looked tiny enough to fit in her pocket. Others were large enough to require 2 hands. A silver sign stood near the entrance. The Stories of Bellmere. Below it were 3 smaller words. Past, present, future. Clara's stomach tightened. She reached for the nearest book. Its title made cold rush through her chest. The Winter Rowan fell through the ice. No, Clara whispered. Hands shaking, she opened the cover. Inside, the pages described Rowan skating during next week's winter festival. The ice cracking beneath him, the freezing water swallowing him whole, the whole crowd screaming. The story stopped halfway down the page. Clara slammed the book shut. It's not real. But her voice sounded painfully small inside the giant library. She grabbed another book, The Bellmere Bakery Fire. Another, The Missing Church Bell. Then another, The Girl Who Returned to the Lake. Clara stared at the title. Was that supposed to be her? You should not read too many at once. The voice drifted softly between the shelves. Clara spun around so quickly the books nearly slipped from her hands. An old woman stood in the aisle, holding a lantern filled with blue fire. Her robes looked stitched from layers of frost-dark cloth. The strands of silver hair floated gently around her face as though underwater. But it was her eyes that unsettled Clara most. They looked tired, not sleepy tired, lonely tired. Who are you? Clara asked. The woman studied her quietly before answering. The keeper. You live here? I remain here. The answer somehow felt different. Clara pointed nervously towards the shelves. These books predict the future. They show possible futures, the keeper corrected softly. What's the difference? Possible things can still change. Clara immediately thought about Rowan. Maybe there was still time.